All right. Welcome. We are ready to begin in our pirate cruise. For those joining us, sometimes we forget that we have crews going everywhere around, and our players play those different crews as they are attempting to take advantage and use some of the disarray afforded to them by the destruction of most of the navies and mercantile forces all throughout Exandria as they've gone over the seas. And it is with this that we find our people making port within the Iron Authority. Out of the Iron Authority itself being a slaver community that is awful. And they have made their way there and followed some clues into a shadow. And within this have entered the shadow and gone down into a room that is almost looks like a very amazing tea room. And currently holding and hopefully helping them from the outside is Maraster, as the others have gone in to explore. And of course, the major one, the player playing the major one that went down here isn't quite here, so we'll see what happens as we continue. But we're going to jump right into that now. Looking about this place, you see a red fabric interior. The berries that had made you small grow around the ladder as you get on down, and there are several chairs and tables that surround it as well. Seeing all of you come here, you see a hobgoblin behind the tea area who looks at all of you somewhat interestingly. He wears a black cloak as he carefully prepares a what looks like a teacup for each of you. As he pulls it down, he simply says, welcome. Looks a little bit cautiously at you.
Well, hello there. We were given direction to this place by who? Oh, where did he go? Well, the Magus of what? The Magus of the Bloody Chain. His name escapes me, or their name escapes me, because I wasn't actually the one introduced. My crewman was. We're told this was a fine shop to gather materials of magical means. At least that was my understanding.
Yes, we do sell things like that here. I'm sorry. I just wanted to not used to people dropping in like that. So, what were you told about the location here?
To find it in the shadows of. Oh, hold on. What did he say? What was the descriptor he used? Oh, Milan, you remember all those songs, but you can't remember what Shin said.
I thought I stayed up. I stayed up on the other side with Miraster.
Oh, are you with Miraster?
Yeah.
Vic, how did Shin describe it?
I don't know. I blacked out, man.
Amazing. It was
In other words, I wasn't there.
held up.
I know all the people that were not here to help me.
I was somewhere. I don't know, man. I think I drank some mead that was a little too
Well, look,
ripened.
we're officially recognized visitors, and I show him the little badge. Not trying to cause any harm or just looking to do business.
Well, welcome then. It's all right then. My name's Thornak. And I'm pleased you found us.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance, Thornak. The name's Glenn. I hold out my hand.
They nod and shake it.
Captain of the Twilight Devil.
Owner and purveyor of this fine place.
Ooh, they're spooky looking.
Yeah, hobgoblin. Look. Shin.
Hello. Hello.
Shen, how was it again? What was the descriptor of how the Magus described how to get here? This is Thornak, the proprietor of this fine establishment.
Yes. Well, I was supposed to find the green root, and there was a shadow beneath the shadow on the green root.
Then welcome to the shadow of the green root.
Oh, I did so good. Well, we did so good. You guys helped. Kind of. Nice to meet you.
It's not many who find their way here, actually. It's interesting. You must have a little bit of cleverness in you.
Yeah. I think that's why I'm here. I think it's like destiny, you know?
Certainly. You tell me more about yourselves, if you don't mind. Would love to hear a little bit about you.
Well, I could talk all day. I could talk all day. So I'm going to let some of my other friends go first.
Who's even in here?
Everyone but Will. Everyone but me, Aster.
No, Omelon stayed up top with Miraster.
Oh, okay.
Well,
so right now it's the three of us.
Yeah.
Word.
And Vic is he's gone. He's off his ass right now.
Yeah, bad reaction to those cherries.
No, the cherries were fine. He's got some of those for later in case he needs them. No, I'm playing off the fact that I missed a good chunk of last session. Is that he went off, got absolutely sloshed, and somehow found his way back.
You actually managed to get drunk off the watered beer before catching back up with us.
He drank a lot. Okay.
That takes dedication.
Yes. Yeah. He is dedicated to getting drunk.
Well, I guess this. Okay.
As I already said, Thornak, I'm the captain of the Twilight Devil. This drunkard here, pay him no mind. He's my helmsman. I do my best to keep him sober when he's at the wheel, but he manages to sneak drinks even then. Shin here. Shin, what is your position again? I don't remember.
Well, I'm really good at climbing and doing that. So they call me a bosun. I like calling it a boatswain because it's way cooler.
Oh my god. Out at the forecastle.
I guess like I do have first mate capabilities. Too.
Oh yes, and my first mate. Shit.
I do help.
All right, go ahead and give the gentleman your story.
Oh well, when I was young, my parents had me, and they loved me a lot. But then I got
Not that.
lost.
No. To back it up to just like Dark Toe, or speed it up to just Dark Toe.
Okay. Well, I was at a bar listening to stories one day, and then
Just a bit further. Come on. How you joined the crew and whatnot.
That's how I joined. We were told to help this drunken weird man with a nice beard and goatee told us to find these druids, and then yeah.
For the record, it was a different drunk man with a goatee.
Correct.
As I point down, I have as Vic has a goatee.
It was he was lighter than you. He had really nice hair. But so then we just got jobs going around out and making contacts to different places for Dark Toe. And so now I'm here and I'm ecstatic because I love talking to people and meeting new people. And because usually I'm only talking to my friend.
What was your biggest friend's name from the Bloody Chain?
Magus Grindon.
Grindon, that's what it was.
Does Grindon frequent here?
He does. He comes here quite often. He must have thought quite a lot of you if he told you this place.
Yeah. We talked for like 8 minutes straight, but I talked to him in his mind, so because I forgot to ask him a question. And yeah, he's really nice. And he said that if I didn't make it in 2 days, that he was going to show me. But I really wanted to impress him, so I wanted to find it right away.
Well, he'll probably come here in a day or two. Usually that's when he's got his time off.
Well, yeah, I'll definitely be back he'll probably find me too. But so,
what do we do? Well, like he told you, this is a shop of sorts. We have all types of things. If you need anything magical or otherwise, information, arcane, occult, and tell me, what is the source of your own magic?
well, me and my other friend, he's in my crew. We're trying to figure this out because, remember when I said I was a wee tot? Well, this just happened one day where I was alone and I was talking to myself and asking questions and things like that, but I got an answer. And once I started getting these answers, I was able to tap into the power that maybe, I don't know if I always had it or maybe this voice gave me the power, but ever since then, I was able to do magic.
Interesting. It kind of looks. I see why he may have sent you.
Oh, yeah. Is this where a lot of people with innate magic come and hang out?
Indeed. Or sort of a kind of pauses. I imagine he wanted to talk to you. Though your finding this place is as good as introduction as any. He kind of just smiles and looking. I'm curious if you'd be interested in a job, actually.
Yeah. We love work.
Excellent. I'll tell you, we have been looking for, let's say, secure transportation, especially that which isn't known by others. A secret route, you could say.
Ooh, I like secrets.
Yeah,
I
from
love
here
stories.
to well, Lake to where is not as important. However, arranging an expedition to secure that has proven difficult. Most of us don't have the time. We have to be at our various places. Those that do have freedom, and some of our members don't have their freedom. And if you, and I guess if your friends helped you find this place, were interested, we could definitely make it worth your while to secure the passage.
Yeah. What would we be? Well, I guess actually you want to step back. You said some members here don't have their freedom. Are you saying that slaves and non-slaves are treated equally here?
To you. Yes.
Wow. Wow, this is like a whole new city with its own rules and stuff.
And it's best if it stays unknown from the upper city.
Well, yeah, for sure. But you're just gonna stay with me. Like, locked. He does like the whole zipping up his lips and throwing away the food.
And by our rules, you are given the riddle, and you came here, so that makes you a member, at least to be trusted.
Oh yeah. I'm definitely trustworthy. I know that people say
So-
that usually aren't, but
I have in my possession, or willing to give you, and you in particular, something to help focus your inner magic.
oh yeah, sure. That would be. I'd be so grateful. I never get gifts.
And let's say 250 gold each for anyone who helps you.
Are you guys helping?
Well, I should make it clear that we're only here in the city for about a week. So if it's something that needs doing here, I don't know if that's within the time frame of what needs doing.
Well, that should be fine. Most of us get about a day. They keep us on a pretty tight. We have to check in a lot, and you all would be free from that.
That is true. We got these fancy little badges.
There is a woman by the name of Zenith Astrika. She oversees the civilization within the roaring peaks below. It's a volcano within the mountains, you could say.
Ooh. Guess
Quite
it gets-
outside the purview of our esteemed rulers.
Oh, that's scary. So it's outside the city, huh?
It is. It's outside this city, and it's outside the Iron Authority, technically, even though it's below it.
Oh.
So all the realm, her and her people, and would like to arrange that we can freely use the paths there that we have found and paths out.
And not a lot of slavers walk these paths, or will we have to be cautious?
I don't think any do. Not that we know of, anyway.
And let's say we do run across, we obviously don't want to make enemies of the Iron Authority. How would we handle them? Do we just no survivors, or do we try to bargain our way?
It would be best if any who see you aren't able to tell anybody of the situation.
Yeah, understood. That makes sense.
I think how you achieve that would be up to you. And you don't mention us. Certainly not.
No way. Well, I think we're pretty good at following directions, even directions that are obscure. So if we have paths to the maps, and then I think that you could trust us to get to our destination.
Now, hold on, Shin. This is really something that all the officers should speak on because this sounds like we're going outside the terms of what we agreed to back on the bloody chain.
Well, Captain, I will remind you that he only had one rule not to do, and that was to go under the tunnels.
Nope. The other part of it was not to mess with their economy, and their economy is slavery.
Well, yes, but how would we be doing that? By just going outside the city. He said that it's okay if we go out the city, but we wouldn't be under protection of the rules out there. We're only under protection of the rules in the city.
DM question, was it basically stated like, hey, these tokens that we've granted you only work as long as you don't ever enter the wooden tunnel, or if like we make it back in safely, then we're covered, or is it as soon as we step out, donezo?
Yeah, I would say, yeah. What your impression was is that you are, if as long as you're in the city, this area, this dock, they function. Outside the city, they don't function. You are not punished for going out and coming back in. So while you are out, you're not under the protection of them.
Gotcha. Okay, that's what I wanted to clarify.
That was what would have been made.
That's what I thought I understood.
Yeah, it wasn't like they're void forever. They just aren't effective.
I didn't see how these things were made, so I didn't know if they were actual physical things or if the Magus conjured them and was like, hey, you crossed this line, you're fucked.
Yeah, no. They're not alarms. At least from what you can tell, they're not alarms or anything like that. They're just literally badges.
Gotcha, okay. Either way, Shin, this is a full officers discussion that needs doing. Why don't you go grab Miraster and Omelan?
Yeah, sure. He starts running. Climbing up. Pops his head up through the shadow. Hey! You can stop holding that now, Miraster. I think we're good. We have some cool friends here. You should. Well, we need your decisions, both of you. You guys have says. So what says you by coming down with us? Well, with me.
I mean, it's a good sign you're alive.
Yes. Yeah. And we got potential jobs, money.
Is there labor involved?
I mean, getting things and possibly transporting things. But we learned 2 secret routes. We learned a route on land that can get us somewhere secretly, and then possibly trade routes or routes in the sea that might be secret too. And we get 250 gold each, and then they said they would give me something special for my magic to hone my magic.
So they proposed a smuggling job, and you want to accept it?
Yes, is that beneath you?
No, it's literally what I've done half of my life. I'm just curious to know the terms of the deal.
Well, yeah, that's why we need you to come down so you can talk. You guys all have say. We'll be safe. Just you guys are being more suspicious by standing around this spot.
Well, if it weren't for the hunk of metal, I'd be invisible. So I'm not particularly worried about being seen here.
Fair enough. All right, come on, hunk of metal. Come on, Riaster, let's go.
I'm not that heavy.
Well, you're not light either.
All right, do you guys just bicker the whole time, or do you guys want to come down here?
Lead the way.
All right, come on. And I pick up some berries from the wall and I throw it at him.
Miraster will very carefully examine the berry with an almost clinical or medicinal eye to try to figure out what exactly is it, how does it work, does it seem similar to any other hallucinogen, psychotropic, or otherwise mind-altering substance he's ever put in his mouth. Just, sort of the
Medicine
professional
check.
once over.
Yeah.
Yep, medicine check, you got it. Certainly says. That's going to be a 20, 30.
Hey.
I would say you definitely think they're safe to eat. They have this magical effect. I think you go, yep, these are things that shrink people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so no surprises.
No, there's
How
nothing.
long would I expect them to last? Like, how long would the effects work?
It seemed, yeah, I would give you about 8 hours. But you also would think, with the message you get that there's probably an antidote or an something
Okay.
that would undo it.
All right. Under his
And
breath,
then it's
Miraz.
cultivated as well, like not naturally occurring. Someone did a lot of work to grow these.
Oh wow. Okay.
Cool. Under his breath, Mirastra will say, "Here we go again," and pop one in his mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, don't give me that. You look like you clearly have eaten stuff off of the ground.
Many times.
All right. As you all come down, you see that they have laid out 5 what look like crystal shards. Very different. And in handouts I put pictures of 3 of them.
Fancy.
Oh.
Oh, I know what these are.
And they I'll talk to you, Shannon. Like I said, we'd be willing to part with one of these
Ooh, okay. Yeah,
For
yeah. Those
you,
are really cool.
as a payment to you in particular.
I'm ecstatic already. I've never seen things like this before. And looking at them, I examine them. Like, what do I like? Feel the power that they exude, or is this?
Very specifically, I would say you get the idea that they each would have a different effect,
Hmm.
but each one affects your meta magic.
Oh, okay.
You think channeled through specifically for people gifted like you are.
His eyes like start glowing. Because we have to take this job. We have to. Think about all the good that we could possibly be doing as well.
Well, why don't you go about catching Omalan and Mirastra up to speed then?
Yes, okay. So unfortunately, a lot of people here. I have to start by saying this: that this place, well, slaves and non-slaves are equal here, and so this place has to be a very, very big secret, and we can't tell anyone. And basically, they need for us who don't have the rules and guidelines to check in all the time for us to be easily move in and out of the city and possibly transportate something out in the seas. But we first have to get to this place that is outside of the city, but it's also under the Iron Authority. It's not under the rule of Iron Authority, but it's underground, I believe. Some peaks, some mountains underground, which sounds kind of weird.
And what happens if we get caught?
Well, Thornex here said that he doesn't know of many slavers that go on the route that he is going to provide. But if we do run into anyone, it's best that we just make sure that they aren't able to tell anybody about us.
And seeing as even I have the magics to, read people, even, ones that don't have tongues, it's really only one option that I'm understanding, which I'm not opposed to doing as long as everybody agrees.
Or unless anybody knows how to change people's memories, I think that's the only way I know, unfortunately. But anything for the good cause, right?
So, my understanding, the long and short of it, they need these secret routes fully established, so that way they can travel to and from
The what peaks? What was it called again?
the Roaring Peaks,
Roaring Peaks. Yeah.
right?
Yes, that's essentially what they call it, though. Kind of the Moten Enclave is their civilization.
Are these a group of druids or a group of?
No,
Fire Ashari, perhaps.
no, they're fire giants.
Oh,
Fire giants. That
they're nice.
I've
Skull
heard they can be a
pauses.
bit hot-headed.
I mean, there's a reason we're paying.
Oh, but
Ultimately, they are people. And we think that they can listen to a reason. We might be able to work something out. But they generally don't like those who approach them. So people who go need to be able to handle themselves.
So what I'm hearing is that you don't have an established relationship with them, but you're for some reason trying to have secret ways to get to and from there.
Through, yes. We want to establish that they'll let us go through.
do
Safely.
you need us to make that contact to convince them to go through, or should we just clear the path for you?
We're actually looking at you we'd be asking you to make the contact and to establish. It's, we are willing, once it's safe, we can work out particulars.
Okay. Well, considering I'm a member and I'm down for the cause, I'm totally willing to establish this for you.
Oh, Milan, how's your giant?
My what?
Do you speak giant?
Do you speak the language of giants?
No, I don't.
Well,
I don't know. No. Sylvan, in common.
well, I don't speak giant, but as long as someone's able to speak, I could speak in their minds.
No, I don't have any ability to speak to others that way. I can perceive what they're thinking. That's about it.
Thornek, I've got about 0 experience with giants. Are these fire giants? Do they speak common? Do they speak primordial? Besides giant, how are we meant to communicate with them?
A few would probably speak common, we'd hope.
Ingen, maybe. Or Ignin.
Again, the context has been a little shaky. We know they're there.
How many have you lost to them?
We have 2 of a troop that was trying to at least find the entrance to their place.
Okay, so the job is really find a safe pathway there and then negotiate passage through there for you all to be able to get out safely.
Yes.
All right.
How many of them are there, roughly?
Well, it's a whole civilization, so...
Yeah.
So certainly more than I see.
And so your initial offer was...
We know giants respect might, so being able to hold your own in a fight would be good.
That's all well and good, but if we establish our might there, what if they want to challenge yours when you're coming through?
Well, we're part of the members. We represent them now.
That's
So
what we'd
it-
have to go. They'd once agreed. We believe they'll keep their word and let us pass, or whatever their price is. We can figure it out.
All right, crew. So the offer is $250 a piece.
And I get one of those.
Plus, Shin gets one of these crystals. I think as a starting point, that's good, seeing as we may not even come back from this. Are you open to negotiations post-completion for further compensations or dealings that are maybe more favorable to us in the future, since you'll be establishing yourselves elsewhere.
I think depending, I'll be straight with you. Depending how good of a deal you work out, we would definitely look into possibly throwing more your way. The more favorable that is, if the price of doing business with them is so high, obviously that would have to go to that. But yes, we would definitely view you as friends.
Okay. And just to expand on that word friends, would that go to dealings with Darktoe in general, that you'd be open to that?
Sure.
All right. So, what do you boys say?
I say, how many potions of fire resistance do you guys have in stock?
Eli, he just goes, well, let me think. When it comes back, I've got 3. And I have been brewing them over the last month.
Well, look at it. I don't know about you, but I surely love some serendipity. It's destiny, remember? So, how much would you get for a little old shit?
Shin, before you go buying those, I need yays or nays from y'all. Miraster?
If the whole of the crew is willing to do it, I will go along, but I think it's a bad trade, and I think the price is far too low.
Vic?
Okay, why not?
Omalan?
I'm really just here for support, so I'll back you up.
I already know
spirit.
Shin's answer.
Yeah.
Miraster, I hear where you're coming from. And I think maybe we just do a good job and they'll throw some more things our way. Perhaps Thornak here, seeing as he's able to brew these potions, will teach us a thing or two on how to go about doing that ourselves, so that we can continue that process. And as you know, per the library, knowledge is power. So,
Just to register my complaints, 250 gold probably isn't enough to bribe the fire giants.
That's why we show our might. And I just flex. Ugh. Ugh. Not impressive, but
I don't think I'm going to get used to you, Shen.
old Omalan here's got a literal silver tongue, so hopefully he'll be able to steer him towards a more, you beat us one time, your people can come through kind of deal. Maybe have Thornax people do some trade with them alongside us. And that's my initial plan. If you can think of anything else, or hells, if we can make a deal of our own with them to connect them to Darktoe, I'm sure they've got some interesting things that Darktoe could make use of, and vice versa.
Sounds like something that might upset the local economy, even.
What
There's
if-
also the question of timing. We do have that rock dinner plan, don't we? When would we
Yes.
do this thing? How long would this take?
That's an excellent question. Thornak, what's the estimated travel distance to get to and from this place? Granted, I know you don't have established routes, but expected travel time. Because as I said, we're only here for a week. I could push it to 2, maybe.
From what we can tell, this should be within a day's journey.
All right. Well, if it's gonna be our last meal, I'm eating that before we head out. So
For the potions, I'll give you a cost of 75 gold each.
Oh, so now we're buying our supplies too. This deal just
Hey,
gets
no,
sweeter.
that's not Thornak's fault. Shin spoke up asking what the cost for him was. Shin needs to learn to phrase things better.
Okay.
Thornak is fine. Shin spoke up how he did. He'll learn.
We hope.
Shin, pay the man.
Yeah,
And
of
next
course.
time, use better phrasing.
Well, yeah, I guess. But I mean, it's only going to help us do a better job and encourage Thornak to give us more money.
Assuming
And,
we don't die. Yes, that's true. Perhaps in Miraster's court, do you have any potions of healing, perhaps, that you could spare?
They not, and since there would be 6 of you, they'll actually give you 12 potions of healing.
Nice. Oh, shit. Guys, we rolled for our potions, right? For, like, starting the journey?
I don't remember doing that.
I don't think we did.
I don't think we did, so we'll have to roll for that also.
Yeah.
All right. 12 potions of healing, 2 apiece. Hopefully, y'all won't be needing to use them, but they're good to have. Otherwise, what the hell am I doing here as captain?
Thanks.
Hopefully, I don't mix up my bottles.
Well, see, you can do this thing, and I take out some rope, being a bosun, and I tie two knots on the healing potions and 1 knot on the fire potion. Look, you can just go by feel. And I will. Here you go, and I give him the 225.
Oh, nice. Thanks.
And
Yes,
now-
of course. We can, again, I think actually looks at you, Maris goes, to be honest, I'm trying to make sure if y'all don't come back that we're ready to, I will make it worth it. This is successful, I promise you.
Yeah, for sure. 3rd time's the charm.
All right. Then when you're ready, you can come back here. It only opens while there is a shadow for it to open. So night, there is no way to get in.
That makes
Understood.
sense.
And it must be one cast by the sun.
Okay, so midday is best. Understood.
That's not what that means at all, but
It
we've
must
got
be the 2 intersecting shadows like you saw.
You got any recommendations for any other for a weapon shop, perhaps, or actually, I guess this is a better question. Do you have any magical gear for sale?
Oh.
Perhaps you keep it in a catalog we can look through. This tea house looks mighty fancy. I don't exactly see shelves busting out the walls.
No. I brew potions, and let's say we have stores, and I guess the best I can say is if there's something that I can procure things if we have them. I don't always know what we have.
Fair enough. Boys, anything offhand? Give the man a description. Maybe he can wriggle it up. Wrangle
It'll
it.
take me a few days, but if you're interested in something.
Wriggle. That's a funny word. No, nothing I could think of. At least not off the top of my head. But let's see here. Yeah, I think that's it.
This is going to come off as a bit of a strange request, I'm sure, but you all don't happen to have purple worms in this area, do you?
What on earth are you going after, Miraster?
They've been known to be around.
Nobody around here would happen to have perhaps harvested just a little bit of their venom by chance. Is there any market for? It's been such a long time. I've never actually gotten my hands on it. So I'm very curious to inspect its properties.
I see. Tell you what. While you're doing this, we can see if we can get some venom of one for you.
That would be lovely.
Oh, this is
The Iron
great.
Authority has some that they harvest. And I may know some people who might be able to rake some.
Oh, I bet you my friend could. I punch him in the shoulder, referring to Grindon. Well, it's honestly been a real privilege.
Hold on, did you just punch the air?
Oh no, I punched Master, not mine.
Oh, okay.
No, I wasn't talking to my imaginary friend. That would have been funny as hell.
Which is why he's laughing so hard.
That's definitely worth it. We can we can see if we can get any from their poison stock for you. It's possible.
The fact that they use it is interesting all by itself.
Well, I'm not
There's
sure.
some pretty ugly things that go in.
And I'm sure Shin here is going to be able to use one of these crystals to assist in this journey, yes?
It kind of takes a breath. Give me
Let's
persuasion
see.
check.
What's more valuable, the crystal or the lives?
Oh no!
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh no! I'm gonna use my inspiration. I want to try to get this for you, Shin.
I put on my best, like, wide open, sparkly eyed, cute little goblinoid face, and I'm like, like
Okay,
big
in
smile.
that case, Shin, your charisma modifier may be added to the results of the roll of Glenn.
That's +5.
All right, so 18 total because I rolled
Yeah.
a 13, and I've got no modifier to charisma.
You got it. Kind of. Okay. Just. These are hard to come by. So. Okay.
Just
You
like
gotta
I said
trust us.
before.
We gotta trust you. Okay. He's, but he does have this look, and I would say Miraster. This is definitely like this guy's being squeezed a little bit. He is someone like you would definitely get like this type of person would definitely strike back hard if betrayed, based on this. Like it's sort of like this. Look, but he's not making a threat. But you can just tell by the way he's like kind of pushing it over.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, he is apparently running a black market underneath the nose of the Iron Authority, so
Yeah.
he's got some shit to lose.
Yeah. So he's very.
All right, there, Shin. Our friend Thornak here, our partners, are being gracious enough to let you use this as part of the trip.
Our fellow member in
What was the name of this organization again? I'm sorry.
what's the hidden pocket, but I don't know
The
what.
hidden pocket.
Yeah.
But what is that? What you all call yourselves? I'm a member of the Hidden Pocket. Doesn't exactly
don't know
strike
that-
fear into.
We are exactly. It doesn't strike any fear, does it?
Fair enough.
I
In
don't
this
know that you go around advertising your affiliation on this one.
environment,
Right.
I can understand the. I
Your
can
pockets
understand
must
it.
run deep.
All right. So, he has here a Shadowfell shard, a Far Realm shard, an Asher shard, a Feywild shard, an Outer Essence shard, and an Elemental Essence shard.
Where's it from?
Source wise, it's from
Tasha's.
Oh, okay. I probably skimmed over them once.
He will explain a little bit what they do, so you can go ahead and if you want to look that up at all. He said which you want. Is he will say, take your pick, try one out, see if you like it. I guess.
Okay.
You looking at him?
Yeah, I am.
I had him up. I was gonna just start spouting off what they do.
Ooh. Ooh. My ooh. Nice. Okay. Whoa.
Oh crap! I just realized we haven't actually had a combat with this group since the Druids.
Yeah.
And that had a very specific other goal to win. So I have no clue how we do versus just having to fight a fire giant potentially.
A or many? That's the big difference.
Yeah.
I think a fire giant we could do okay, but 15 of them probably not.
No, yeah, but I know you're split fighter rogue, but are you
Mhm.
melee? I'm assuming so with poison.
Throwing weapons and poisons.
Okay. Vic, what are you again?
Ranger Rogue.
Are you melee?
No. Not at all.
Is
I
Robin
I took sharpshooter as one of my feet, so
Me too.
I really
Come off
hope
from a
that
distance.
Aiden's melee.
So yeah, you got to think of how you like anything with a party. Like I would say you just want to think
I
of how
think
you
he's
want
a
to
bloody. I think he's a blood
Okay,
hunter.
yeah, he's
so.
a blood hunter. He's got a great axe, but he's also a kender. He's gonna get punted like a football. Oh wait, yeah, because he goes bear form. Okay, and then he just also has a great axe. Can he even use a great axe?
Yeah, I was
Aren't
going to
Kender-
say, can he even?
Aren't Kenders small?
Yeah, I
He
don't
can't
think
even use a great axe
he can't use a great
effectively.
unless he has a feat for something.
There's not a unless it's something he ran by you that hey, can I
Yeah,
just
unless there's something in there. There's certain class
'Cause
features that allow you to do that, but
yeah, but that's on third party stuff.
yeah, it's true.
Because I know which one you're talking about, and
Oh,
it
right.
specifically states that it's the
So,
old gods one.
Just thinking about his how he is, Outer Essence, Shadowfell, and Astral probably would.
I mean, free teleports is OP in my
Right.
opinion.
That's kind of kind of his nature. So he would
You said
Looking-
Outer and Shadowfell. Let me read those really quick.
Astral, Outer, and Shadowfell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the Farm Realm too, because that's kind of his psychicness.
So the only one you eliminated was Feywild. Cool.
Oh, I didn't even. Oh, okay.
So you either
The Elemental is one I
end an effect, give disadvantage until the start of your next turn, temp hit points, or necrotic damage, Shadowfell.
Actually, I'll just grab the Astral one.
Okay.
5 hours later.
Mechanically speaking, that one feels the most has the most use case. 'Cause
Right, I get it.
teleporting is insane.
It'll be useful for sure. Yeah, I'll take that one. That one's pretty.
All right. We're staying over at the Bloody Gut. We've got the rock dinner prepped for the morrow. So we'll see you 2 days hence then. Boys, did you... So Mirester wanted some worm poison. Vic, did you have any requests for the gentleman?
Tonight.
The Rock will be tonight.
No, they told us a day.
Right. They said
They
if you
needed a day to
they
prepare
said
it.
they said they could do it tonight, but if you wanted to do it later, they would need it.
Oh.
Because you got there fairly early, so they were like, "We can get it ready for you today."
Oh, okay, got it. Because my understanding was that they said, "Oh, we need a day because we need to get 2."
No, it was just they could definitely they're able to do it tonight. It was
Okay, because I
if it was
definitely
another
told,
day, they would just need some notice. Is what
I definitely told the crew that it was happening on the morrow.
Yeah,
At the
you
end
could
of
have
last
tomorrow
mission.
if you want. It doesn't really
No, it's fine. I just don't know because he said he needs a day or two to collect the stuff, so it made sense to me. So I was like, oh, okay, because we were giving him potential things that we were looking for, and he was going to see what he could wrangle.
Yeah, I think actually it might have been. Now that I remember, it was because of everything you were saying.
Yeah.
That's right. I got confused because they're just the wrong.
I mean,
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine. If so, do we want to do the dinner tomorrow? Because in that case, that means we'd be on here the day that Grindon comes back, and I would love to I guess see him off or he see
Oh,
us off.
Jalen, we just confirmed that it was for next day, the rock dinner, because we had so much stuff going on.
Yeah. Okay, perfect.
Omelon, Vic, do you want the man to try to wrangle anything for you?
I don't really have much. I mean, outside of just getting paid for the job, I don't really have
Look,
much.
you don't eat, you don't drink. Is there anything you want to spend your coin on?
I like shiny things.
I don't know what the fuck that means. You are shiny. Tell the man, not me. Think magic.
Oh, give him some time to sleep on it. If you think of it, anything,
Our good
I can
friend
send him a
Thornak
message, okay?
needs to know ahead of time so he can look.
I
He doesn't have a
understand.
list.
We get it.
Something that can explode.
Oh.
No. Since when do
getting
you work
better.
with explosives?
Okay, why not? Let the man grow. What if he wants to get into isn't he the master gunner? Come on, man.
Okay, Okay, you know what? I forgot about that. You just don't use it too much in like regular when we're out, doing things. On the ship is one thing. Make sure your aim is better than when it is on the ship, okay? Those you can't hit me with. This you can.
I'll
Vic,
do my best.
I'm good. I don't need nothing
You
magic.
No.
got this, Omalon.
not
Give
a
him-
not
I
a
will-
fancy belt, maybe a flask.
Your finest 20 age whiskey. He wants it. That's what he wants. 20 years.
Unless you're
that's
offering to
not
pay
a
for that,
lot.
don't speak for Vic.
I wouldn't mind a flask.
That does what? Specify.
I don't know these things.
Otherwise, he's just going to show up with a flask for you, and that's going to be the end of it.
I've
You
got
want
extras.
Whiskey?
Hmm.
I thought it just makes your mouth tingle.
See, the type of alcohol I like is strong and cheap.
Oh,
And chic?
he said cheap.
Oh, cheap.
He'll go. I mean, if you guys do a good job, I might have something for your mechanical friend here.
Oh,
There you go,
Yeah.
Milan.
Okay.
I'm just going to be flat out with you. I got a 500 gold budget. If you got a useful shield,
No, actually, you
bring it
know what?
along.
If you can find some kind of, blade similar to this rapier, maybe some kind of improvement, I would take that.
It's just a regular rapier.
we all have at least vicious.
It should
Yeah.
at least be vicious.
Oh, I forgot about that. Okay.
And
Yeah,
and if it's a strength-based weapon, it can actually be finesse. So if you're proficient in like longsword, you could just use a longsword also.
Mm,
Because that was the secondary improvement to blacksmithing, was that all of our weapons that aren't heavy are also finesse.
He kind of thinks for a second and goes, if you give me 2 days, I have someone I could put that sword through and see if they can do something with it you might like.
sure.
So yeah, the a shield, maybe some kind of boost to my divinely inspired magic. But again, I've got a budget. We've just started this trip. I haven't exactly made gold.
Right. I don't know what I can do. Okay, you got 500 gold. How much for you, Omalan?
I gave all of my gold out.
Did you?
So, I guess you weren't. That you should have had 750 and on top of your just starting stuff. We had this discussion last week. You might have missed it.
Oh, I had 750 gold.
Yeah, every person had 750 for being level 9 and starting, and that was on top of just the background, like 15, 20 gold that you would have had.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think ultimately go, well, let's see here. For about 250, I can, let's see, and he measures your arm a little bit. He's like, I can get this to it. We might be able to have this, something that can integrate into you.
Ooh,
Oh, that would be fun.
little secret weapon, man.
Do they know how to do it to where it doesn't hurt?
No idea.
That's fair.
Wait, Omalan, you feel pain?
Well, who doesn't?
I don't know. Your robotic bits don't exactly have the same je ne sais quoi that us fleshed people have.
Okay, and how many robots have you worked on or worked with?
Exactly my point.
Well, maybe you just never thought to ask, and you just assumed that they didn't have feelings. But considering that he's able to, think and
No,
feel
I knew he had
internally-
feelings. I didn't know he could feel physically.
Did
There's
you
a
know-
difference, Shin.
Did you know that turtle shells actually they feel on their shell? So what's it any different? He's like a big turtle shell, but all over. Okay, I'm just gonna be quiet because I think I've lost you. I'm sorry.
All right. So yes, there's probably some things we could potentially do. We can figure that out. We will do a few things. Then, are you guys ready to take off?
Yeah.
And on the way out, I'm gonna grab some more berries as we climb up. Wait, shouldn't we?
Oh yeah.
Never mind.
What's the? How do we unshrink ourselves?
Oh, yeah. At the base there. Grab the blue ones.
All right, noted.
I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
grab a handful of each, the red and the
Uh,
blue. Just
I-
put them in my pouch.
I don't know what it was yellow.
Yellow and blue.
I don't know what you're doing tomorrow night, but you're welcome to join us if I don't know what your situation is. Rock dinner tomorrow if you'd like to join us.
Indeed, it kind of usually goes. Yeah, those don't. Once they're picked, they lose their effectiveness after a few hours.
He's doesn't care. They're still in his pocket.
Okay.
He's climbing up the ladder already.
I just
He's-
picked the one. Question: I can summon berries myself. Is this something like I could adapt that kind of magic to?
We
Or was
can
this
talk,
that you
I
had to-
guess.
You had to grow them specifically to do this. Think about it as a potential after success.
I think at this point, you
reward.
go. Listen, we've done a lot here. Let's have you do the job, and then
Just
we
think
can have
on
some
it.
discussion. That's all I'm saying. We've before we review everything, do you?
You've been great, host Dornak.
I nod to him, climb up, look around, make sure there's not anybody about before I take the blueberry to grow back to proper size.
Yeah, absolutely. Then with that, let's go ahead and take our break, and we'll come back. All right. Okay. Let's do this then. So, anything you want to do before we get to the rock feast?
I got nothing personally. Anybody else? Ryan, Jalen, Steven, are any of you here?
I'm here.
Okay. Anything else you want to do before the feast?
No, there should be booze at the feast, so I think Vic will be good.
Okay, anything else? Make sure we're good here. Goes by here a day or two, and you see upon coming down for the evening where all your crew is able to come, there are all types of different colored glass globes, purple, green, and blue, strewn about of the bloody gut. See, the light themselves are mirrored and made so that they go through the globes, and from there, this kind of the light mixed with the orange of the flame moves throughout the room, given a very festive, as she says, "All right, inaugural of a crew staying for the week," and people kind of beat their tables, and there's much excitement. And goes, plus, it's time for happy hour. And everyone who, when it begins, however wanted to, anyone who wants to can participate. It involves an hour of moving about squares while drinking. Hopping from square to square while drinking.
Vic is all on board. He heard drinking and was like, "Yep, let's do it. Sign me up."
All right, so that's one festivity. Other than that, a table was put together for your whole crew. Other people are here, but they're all like very tiny tables and chairs. Some no tables at all, just sort of like a tray to eat food off of or drink. Also, you are the main attraction. Your whole crew, and in the center are two enormous, what would be bird carcasses of meat. That you assume are the rocks. Each one is about 6 feet long
I'm back.
and looks like roast to perfection. All types of herbs and spices embedded in the skin. It smells amazing. And they use this very, very long, sharpened long sword that you can say has been modified, probably made just for this, to slice the meat. And even then they have to reach to make sure it comes all the way.
Wow, this is a lot of bird.
Oh, and there's a plethora of root vegetables and potatoes and all types of things that are just in other tubers put out, casseroles, and they do have the captain's wine as requested, the fine bottles of wine. Specifically, a type fermented from purple worm bile.
Ooh.
Alrighty then. Well, these are some mighty big chickens. What'd you do with their claws?
Oh, yeah, we sell that to the blacksmith and others. Give it out. And actually, we save one here that you can always remember by. You can have it for your ship. You see, it's been like made and texture made well, preserved, not gonna rot.
Look, boys, the talent of these giant ass chickens you're eating. Feast up.
Oi! So, who's gonna sing us a song?
I propose the dude with a lute in his armpit.
I can play your backup.
Not wrong. Omelon, you got anything for us?
Oh, I think he might be still going. Have you ever had rock before, Measter?
Not specifically rock. Many other types of bird, but no. It's a lot harder to catch them by yourself.
Fair enough, fair enough. This was one mean foul, though.
Hmm.
Foul.
You know, I'm not sure I'd heard of this before. The stories I heard put them at like old IDOC size, from what I recall, unless those are just fairy tales.
I mean, the majority of the chicken you eat is probably young first-year chicken. I imagine you could find a younger rock too. Or maybe farm them.
How do you keep a bird this penned up that's this big?
A larger cage.
Real funny, Maraster.
I tried. I mean, I suppose you could keep it sedated the whole time until it was large enough to eat.
How'd you feed the damn thing?
Probably through the cage.
How do you feed a sleeping bird?
Liquid diet could work. In some medicinal applications, it can be done on those that are heavily sedated.
No, look at this. There's too much muscle on this to have... Look at how well
And
formed
maybe
it
it was
is.
wild caught.
Question for another time, I guess. I wouldn't want to disrespect our host.
I don't imagine we're the first people to ask how the hell you get this big of a chicken.
You know, that's... Laura! How do you catch these chickens?
Right. Oh, we got hunters to go out.
Wait, so
Crap.
these things are outside the city.
Hmm.
Oh,
I'm assuming they stick mostly to the mountains, because I've never seen one of these out at sea.
Yes, they are known for their mountain habitats. That's usually where we find them. We keep them up there, and we again. It takes a little bit to go hunt, but we figured out what what they like to eat, what they like, what makes them breed a little faster, and you could say it's kind of like a farm, but the farm you go hunting. So we make sure the population stays, so we can keep doing this. And occasionally they need some stuff for the work that's within the mountain, and we can
Keeping it
negotiate the meat.
sustainable. I like it. Vic, how you doing over there?
Not enough booze on this end.
You're not winning a happy hour.
I don't know. I haven't actually played yet. Am I? Is this like an actual game that we can do, or am I just doing it?
It's drunken hopscotch.
Yeah, it is. Like,
Yeah, so
he's very dexterous.
yes, I'd say yeah. So to kind of go through this, I think through you would be acrobatics at disadvantage.
Okay. All right, so that's only a 16.
Okay, 16. You're gonna go ahead and pass the first round.
Oh, I would join in on this.
Okay, anyone who wants to.
Yeah. Let's see what these old bones got. I've got a whole +2.
There's of the 15
Oh!
patrons that joined you.
Not much. I rolled a 4.
Oh yeah, you fall on your butt and are disqualified. You crack your head a little bit. The rest do as well. After the first round is actually like 15 minutes of drinking, and there's actually like 4 pounds. You do have a rock you have to throw and skip one, and ultimately after this would actually be the equivalent of 20 rounds of alcohol.
dang.
That you consume. You basically Vickover, and there's one patron, a large orc, that is left.
Nice. I'm playing my yarting in the back. I'm like,
She's like, all right, 2 left from the happy hour. And
Will you bring it home?
all right, and for this, during this time, they've put some of the other tables, and now they're having you do it like from table to table.
oh,
And the glass and pieces are still on the floor to make it extra dangerous that you would fall on. So do another acrobatics with disadvantage.
It's 16 again.
Okay. After this, he's keeping up very well with you. But around round 35, finally, he's and falls, cracking himself against the glass. He's like, "Oh, And again, all right, prize for the winner.
You get to drink more.
And
They
Vic does
actually
a
give you a what looks like a little amulet made up of broken bottles and such things. And this is an amulet of the drunkard.
Nice.
so when he's declared the winner, while standing up on a table, he will take his hat off and do a very flourish bow with the leg kicked out, other arm extended, hat over his chest, and then he'll flourish it back onto his hat.
Ah, that's my helmsman.
And then he will promptly step off, trying to step onto a stool, miss, and eat shit.
Yep, that's my helmsman.
Yeah, everyone's very excited about this. And the crew joins in. A lot of the crew could not keep up. So yeah, they're all good fun.
And I feel like I was singing and dancing and mimicking like everything Vic was doing because I didn't want to be like a part of the show, but I was like, I want to try what he's doing, and I did roll the acrobatics. So I got 23. I'm just like just jumping around. You did so good. You did so good. You did so good. Even though like he's like on passed out. I'm like, yeah.
Oh, he's not passed out. He just ate shit. He got back up.
Yeah.
You haven't gotten back up, or you have?
He did. He did get back
you
up.
did.
He did.
Okay.
He did fall down, but then he got up.
No, I can imagine like as you fell, I like stopped playing, and then you got up and like yeah, and you started playing again.
That pretty much.
Wow, Vic, when did you start drinking like this much?
Frankly, I don't remember.
Oh, so you just it's just kind of like part of your DNA now, huh?
I was drinking to forget. I do remember that I was drinking to forget something, but I don't remember what it was. So it worked.
So since your task complete, do you think you can stop drinking now?
Nope, not how that works.
Oh, I mean, it just seemed like you set
Nope,
yourself.
nope. I don't know that it's done forever. So I gotta be careful.
I mean, how would you know if you don't try the opposite? Maybe you did permanently forget.
I'm not willing to take the risk.
Well, I'm willing to bet you my 250 gold on this trip that you can't go without drinking for a week.
You would be correct. Or rather, I could. I just don't want to. So you'd have to bet me a lot more than 250, which you don't get because you got the shiny thing instead.
Well, who says I don't have money? I have money.
Because you're a child.
I'm not a child. I'm 20.
That is a child to me. Then again, you're pretty much... Other than the captain, you're pretty much all children. So...
Yeah. We get it. Long life, no feelings. Understood.
Vic, you calling me old?
You squint
And
at
crotchety,
bats.
too.
What does my poor eyesight have to do with my age?
Everything.
I didn't say anything about your eyesight. I said you were crotchety. That's different than your blindness. Or your hearing loss.
And I'm looking around to see if Thornak showed up or not.
He did not. You did not
Okay.
see him.
Ugh. Mirester, how are you holding up? This this purple worm bio wine was much better than I expected.
I somewhat expected some side effects, but unfortunately not much.
Like, wait, what kind of side effects are you talking?
Yeah. I was about to say,
Well,
those
so-
who did drink, go ahead and give me a con save.
Let's do it.
I drink a little bit.
Vic definitely tried it.
Oh.
Oh wait, oh, is
23.
a specific thing that we're drinking?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
19.
wine Mirester bought for me.
Oh, I got an awesome con score.
Okay.
12. I rolled a 5, but I got 12.
Then Shin and Miraster kind of hits, and all of you is very good. You know, it hits like a brick, and you're just able to put your drink down before you can no longer hold your arms up, and your tongue just seems not to work right. It is just thick, and you can no longer feel your face.
I can't feel my face when I'm with you, but I love it.
You're effectively incapacitated. As you can move, can't take actions.
That's
Mirror,
everyone that rolled under 15, you said?
Yeah.
All right, who's carrying me to my room? Don't you all offer at once now? Little old Shin doesn't even weigh more than a barrel of grog.
Vic will grab him and carry him off because, despite the fact that he is quite sloshed as well, he is still capable of moving.
Yeah, I feel like a king.
Shin, has anybody ever told you that you look like a pickle?
Yeah, they almost called me Pickle, but they thought that since I was small, that Shin was a better fit. I think now that I'm older and taller, I could probably be called Pickle now. Pickle Shin.
More like frickin' pickle spear. Or one of those little tiny ones that they serve in Bloody Marys. It's one of those little tiny pickles.
Oh yeah, those are cute. Wait, what's a Bloody Mary?
It's a drink with tomato juice.
Oh, stop right there. Tomato juice? Ew.
Yeah. It's typically, you know what? I'll see if I can scrounge one up in the morning. It's great for the day after.
Oh, okay. I have heard about that hair of the dog. That's why one time a dog bit me, and I tried to chase it around in the morning because they said that you got to get the hair of the dog that bit you in the morning because then the bite will feel better.
That's not what it is, but okay.
How does that even work?
Don't know, but I do believe in superstitions, and a good story is always got to see it through, my boy.
Boy. Fucking hey. Anyway, I carry him up to one of the captain's rooms and throw him on a bed.
Nice.
Not very gently either, necessarily. He's just,
You could say it. You yeeted him.
yeah, kind of. As much as my 0 strength modifier can yeet anybody.
I was gonna say, like, is there a scale for this? Is he largely eatable? Is he somewhat eatable? Is he eat friendly?
Yeet for when you're going for power and distance. Kobe when you're going for accuracy.
Exactly.
All right. Anything else? Want to do here is a pretty crazy. Actually, the thing, your friend from the ship will show up there, Vicaver. Not Vicaver. Shin.
Oh,
I'm like, Vic's made friends?
Sorry about that. So nods and goes, "Hey, I was sorry. I was just getting off, and I heard you made it, and we'll see you tomorrow there. Yes."
yes, we will be there, Magus Grinden. It was a fine journey, and I really appreciate you trusting me. You're a good friend.
Actually, amazing. Well, you are my good friend, and it seems you might help us out, so I appreciate it. Gives you a hug.
Oh, give him a hug back. This is so nice. Well, I know that it might be tough having big aspirations like you do here. It's obvious that you quite, and I'm guessing we're doing this in privacy of my room, but that you quite don't believe in everything that goes around here, or at least agree with it.
I don't talk about things here.
Okay, yeah, another time, or I can always do this, and I can connect with him telepathically again.
No thing to you. Nice trick. No. I think. I don't know. We do what we can, and I have no idea if there's anything we can ever do to fix this place. But if we can. My dad taught me something before he passed. That was do for one what you wish you could do for everyone. That's all I try to do.
I was just going to say something like that. That, like, if you're able to help some, that's almost like helping everyone, because at least you're doing something. And that's better than doing nothing. It's like hope, you know. Hope is like the most important thing for people to have.
Yeah, we try to help those who have gifts like ours.
Oh, that's apparent, and it definitely makes me feel part of something bigger. And I think that's what I'm here to do is try to make things better around me, people and stories and.
Well, good. I thought you might. Your curiosity and takes a certain amount of creativity to find a place like that. Plus, I had heard the stories of Docto and what it once was and what it is now. So I thought it would be worth the risk.
Yeah, I mean, if that place can change, I mean, who knows what could happen, right?
That's right. Well, I think I'll meet you for that tea tomorrow, and if you all are partaking of the journey, then see you off.
Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. You know, you're very caring.
Good. Now, even all of us have to report in by a certain time, or questions get asked. So,
Well,
have a good night.
You as well. Have a good evening. I wave.
All right, then you can wake up the next night.
I sent
The next day.
the preserved rock talon with Bruce and gave him orders to have it put up the following day once people were sober.
Very good.
Good old Bruce Armando.
Bruce hooks it up.
Well,
Bruce is also the one who's dealing with the organization of which crew members are how they're taking their turns on the land bunks.
Mhm.
One of his first duties as a newly appointed officer.
Bruce figures it out. It's a rotating schedule, and because he also hooks them up for companionship here and there. You're like,
Hey, I paid for their food and drink. They can find companionship on their own.
You see that Bruce kind of takes it among himself to find like suitable, like, because he heard all the rules, and he's like they pay him, but he's taking care of the logistics to keep everybody safe. Is
Hell
basically
yeah.
what he's decided. He's like, we just don't need people wandering into homes. Let's just, I'll handle this.
Alright.
Whew.
Excuse me. All right. Anything else?
No, I don't think so. On my side.
no, when we get up, Vic is going to try to find something equivalent to a Bloody Mary and get a couple of them. 2 for himself and 1 for Shin.
Yeah.
All 3 of them extra strong.
Yep. They give you that to start your breakfast with.
Take a sip. You know, this is not bad, but I feel like it's missing something. I grab whatever hot sauce was on the table and I put a little dash or 2. And I stir it up. Yeah, that's better. A little kick.
You, sir, are a wise man. And he grabs the hot sauce bottle and just puts an ungodly amount in each and does the same and completely, basically ignoring, it just slams one of them and then starts sipping on the second one.
Wow, you're so fast with that.
Experience, my young one. Experience.
All right. Then you're gonna head to the hidden pocket.
Yeah, right, everyone?
Yeah.
Yep. Everybody add an extra healing because I rolled in with Avray. We got 8. Who doesn't have abilities to heal?
I don't.
Okay, so each of you get another one.
No.
Omlon's, I'm hoping, has healing word. Vic, do you have a way to heal?
Yes.
Okay.
My
I've
word
got
hurt and heal.
I've got cure wounds.
Okay.
Cool.
I don't think Aiden has any healing because he's Blood Hunter.
And I also have my new amulet. So before we go, I'm gonna get a bottle of booze to go with.
Amazing.
I'm gonna pack that away for later.
Your new amulet.
Yeah.
that case, you go through what it takes to find the hidden pocket. They are those you expect ready to allow you to. They greet you, and sorry, excuse me here. You see that Thornak has put together, has modified the blade you gave him, Amulan, and essentially is able to install it into you as an arm blade.
Ooh, nice. That's exciting.
Nice. Now you can like get into places secretly with a weapon.
Oh, I'm gonna have to code that because it's gonna be a hidden vicious
Yeah.
finesse arm blade.
Yeah, put the things together. It goes, all right, that should help you a little bit. Was anything else? So working from here, we do have to go to some tunnels underneath that typically aren't patrolled by anybody. From what we know, no one knows about them. They are still secret from when the Druids ran this place.
Wow.
I think they're actually hollowed out roots, so it's pretty hard to get into them.
So no dice on that shield, huh?
Fortunately not. I wasn't able to find anything.
Fair enough. Roots, you say?
Yep. And takes you to a few rooms where you can actually see that behind a curtain here, there's about 20 curtained rooms, and you can kind of hear people behind them. It takes you past them, and deep you finally see what seems to be like what looks like tunnels, but you can see the circles that was for wood. It seems to be petrified, hollowed out root.
As we're passing the rooms, is this like a happy ending massage kind of noises that we're getting?
It seems more just like people. Some seem like meetings, others seem. You can actually see it looks like there's a few beds, like as though like a family might be staying here.
Okay.
You can ask her if you want. If you want to ask any questions, it's up to you.
Oh no, I was just. You said it was rooms, but how were they separated again?
Like there's curtains.
Yeah, so just making a little meme. And this is Thornak still leading us, or is it Grindon?
It should actually be Thornak and Grendon. Yeah.
The pair. So what's with all these rooms? How do you keep them all small for long enough? Or do they just have to regularly take your berries?
They have to take them regularly. That's why we make them, and we keep people here to stay out of the public eye when they need to. Both individuals and sometimes those owned are given time or have errands to run. This keeps them from getting additional orders, should they be seen.
Makes sense.
But at some point, everyone has to do their check-in, huh?
Yeah, they have to be seen certain places, and, well, for some of them, depending on their work, them being in these rooms allows us to put some illusions up top of them so they can still check in.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Frankly, it lets some families that were separated reunite for a time.
You're doing the God's work.
Maybe. Or are we just giving them drugs of hope and satisfaction so they don't rebel? I don't
Well-
always know if we're doing any good here.
No,
I
there's
think
nothing
hope-
wrong with drugs every now and again.
Miaster would definitely agree with that point, but I think hope is the most satisfying drug you can ever give someone. Surely I would never want to stave off hope on anyone.
Right, but difference between inspiring and placating.
Yeah.
It's the false hope that you want to steer clear of. That stuff's terrible for you.
When was the last time you had an insurrection in the city?
Never.
Then you seem to be doing your job well.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Dark Toe wasn't built in a day. It took some time. Miaster, maybe even then it had to go through some changes. Not saying that can happen here overnight, but you can be optimistic.
But there was always a rebellious element to some part of the. Well, I'll say in the case of Dark Toe, there's always been a rebellious streak amongst the rebels, even against their own Plank King, so
Yeah,
you
I
can't
guess you're
tap it
right.
out entirely.
Same emperor has ruled since the inception of this place for hundreds of years.
Oh man, is his time nigh?
No. No. He uses magic.
Oh,
It's part of the punishment, actually. Slaves, if they, or actually any citizens, since all citizens are owned by the authority, technically. Step too far out of line, and you are used to keep him young.
whoa! Is he like undead?
They use hemocraft specifically.
Oh, man, he's sucking up their life force
Indeed.
through their blood.
I think at the sound of that, I like in disgust.
That's why they were interested, that's why they were interested in those tomes you talked about on Docto. If they
Makes
can make
sense.
their magic a little bit better.
Oh man, obviously we want to entice them and be friends, but to hand over those to people like this, that would be terrible.
I'm going to speak. I don't think any of us here think that what is correct or right is a straight line. You all do what you feel like. It's part of the problem. More trade with more people, more exposure. Does that help solve the problem quicker? Because if this place has to be legitimate instead of its own authority, everyone against us, does that make people wake up? But to do that, you need to make them more powerful first.
It's one thing to use your blood to empower yourself. It's another entirely to take somebody else's to empower you.
But we don't argue the morality of that. It's more the whole idea of advancing the trade, of making the empire more powerful. It's a double-edged sword. It's hard to know what to do. The army that they have, the forces, the power. I saw someone once try to convince others to rise up, and they vanished. And I heard later that they had been ported about a mile away, taken. They can take you just by knowing your name. They don't even need to come for you.
Presumably, there must be spies or informants about if that's the kind of thing they can just activate to know who's being disloyal or who's attempting an uprising.
Yes. That's why, frankly, probably never would have reached out to all of you had we not found this. This we might be able to do some permanent good in people's lives. If we can find a way to get them out.
But if too many disappear too quickly, if you don't trickle it out carefully over time, it'll be obvious.
Yes, we've been working on that. It kind of pauses. We've actually had talks of leaving behind fingers or ears. The price of travel. So you can make it look like something ate you, or. But as you said, even then, it must be slow.
Or it must be very, very fast. If it could all be done in one night, and everyone's out at the same time.
That was a
There's no one
massacre.
left
To stage a massacre of some type. Yes.
Does crime happen often here? Well, like murders and serial murders.
Say often, but it's not unknown. Serial, no, it just isn't reoccurring. But there are attacks. There's ways to get something nasty into the city. To stage one of the creatures that are kept sedated to replace the drugs with water. Cause disturbances if you're careful.
I'm curious. I don't know much about the authority. How does it compare to, say, the Republic of Taldore? What's its influence and actual geographic size? So I'm kind of surprised that they're allowed to just continue going about their business with them right there to the north of y'all.
Taldore doesn't care. They never have. We've been allowed to be this way for hundreds of years. They have their own issues. And with the rife and mist jungle separating us, the authority is careful enough never to invade, but to take off just wanderers. Those whose disappearance could just as likely been being killed by a beast. It's not uncommon for us to use this, for them to use the tactics I just talked to you to stage death. But everyone knows what goes on here, and no one does a thing. I don't think they have it in them to launch such a thing. Only more than a decade ago, they dealt with those dragons. I'm sure they want to take care of it. I don't think any decent person would want to see it go, but wanting to do something and having the strength to do it. Taldore is not even united in of itself. Of independent cities with counselors in Iman. It's not really a country. Not like the authority. What we're told is our population and our armies are bigger. How true that is, I don't know.
Maybe against each individual city-state. Sure that your order through fear definitely puts you at the upper hand. Though, like most feelings, fear can be fleeting.
Yes. The big thing is, how do you conquer a mountain?
I hear dwarves are quite good at that.
Taking
I
quite a
also,
few
I
of
also, I also hear that climbing kits can be quite useful as well.
I said, we've been here for centuries, and no one's done a thing.
I'd like to say I'm here at the right time in the right place. So hopefully we can help move something positively forward.
Indeed. Well, maybe once, who knows? I think that's part of things when we talk about trade. The more people have contact with the authority, I think it excels by not having contact with anybody. Kind of a stink you don't smell, and a pile of crap you can't see. Easy to ignore. Then, so they lead you, and you come into these tunnels where finally sort of you can feel the heat increasing. You go, all right, as far as we go. That way it'll open up, and hopefully you can find your way to the Enclave.
And when roughly do we need to take the other berry in order to get big again?
All right, you're gonna want to. Actually, you'll see now. You can take it now.
Okay,
The
cool.
big one and these big roots. So.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. So Mirester will probably step up front and switch to his more lithe way of walking, try to make as little sound as possible, and just start looking around or sniffing around to see what's ahead of us.
Absolutely.
So stealth.
Yeah.
Are we wanting to be quiet on our approach here?
So with Thornak and Grinda being like, "Oh, this is just as far as they've gotten, right? They haven't actually."
Yeah. I would say, like, to find it, you can go ahead and work on like a survival check with a like.
I
'cause
can make that.
I can assist.
Okay. Well, it's not great. I got 2 5s for totals of 17.
About
Expertise.
about 45 minutes in, you begin to see gigantic sooty footprints that you're able to begin to follow.
Based on the size of the footprints, how tall do we think these fire giants are?
Anywhere from 15 to 20 feet.
Okay.
So gigantic.
Huge? Gigantic.
Mechanically speaking, huge.
Huge.
I thought the gigantic joke was because they're giants.
It was.
You get my jokes, Jonathan, and that's what I appreciate about you.
Is that what you appreciate about Jonathan?
Yes. Thank you.
Oh, I love that show.
It is so great. It sucks that it's ending.
I know, man. Oh, Letterkenny.
Yeah, let her
Yeah.
Just to fill everyone else in.
All right.
So here's the thing, Vic. If we're coming as envoys representing other people, I don't know how wise it is to sneak up on them.
Hey, he was the one that was doing the sneaking. I just asked if that was the plan, because if so, I can make us better.
No,
If
I understand
not-
that. I'm just saying, as a group, it's one thing to have a scout sneak in. It's another thing to have the entire party sneak in. Is all I'm saying.
Okay. Would you want me to sneak in? I'm really good at it.
I mean, Maraster's already doing it. Why would we
Do-
want two? Plus,
I'm an expert at it.
Is that the bottle talking, or is that?
Yes.
Hey, I'm good at shit, man. I got skills for days.
Okay.
I just, I think that it would be great to scout ahead, but giants they kind of have a hierarchy of power, right? Through physical prowess. It's like you don't want to hide your power. If you're hiding, then you're meek.
all right. In case this goes 9 ways of sideways, which of you again are fighting up close? Just me then. How's that? How am I supposed to keep you all alive if I'm the only one up? What is this?
I can move around just fine. I can help out.
So I'm going to cast.
I might not be able to do quite as much for everybody or as often, but I can do it.
I'm casting 5th level aid on myself, Vic, and then what'll be Aiden when he comes back. So that way he has a thing.
Just so you know, I'm going to try to be as far away as possible during this.
Okay, not Vic. Maraster has to throw shit, so he's a little bit closer. So I guess me, Maraster, and Aiden all have the plus 20 to max HP. Because throwing things is a much shorter range than a bow.
Yes, seeing as I have a longbow, yes. Yeah, we are Aiden. Or he is Aiden.
So, following the footsteps, you find natural magma tubes that give way to worked stone stairs. Each one is no less than 3 feet high. Steps narrow as they lead down toward a towering portcullis of wrought iron. You see that next to it is a gigantic winch, which is set into the ground.
Do we see anybody about?
You do not.
How long does this last? Not that long. Let me not.
This wench, is it does it have a is it connected to anything? Like, is it anchored to? Does it have a a pool that's connected to something?
It's set into the ground, and it looks like it's connected to the portcullis.
Oh, it is connected to portcullis. Okay.
If it's all right with y'all, I'm just gonna get their attention.
Sure. I'm gonna take one of these. Do you guys want one? As I pull out the potion of fire resistance.
Yeah, sure.
About how
I'm-
far away are they?
If I'm standing in front, I guess I'll take one of those.
I mean, you don't see any people.
I'll give you one.
The other thing is, around here, it is quite noisy. The magma's bubbling and flowing. You're not sure if anyone on the inside could hear you from out here.
So I'm gonna cast thaumaturgy,
Okay.
which I guess it booms my voice up to 3 times as loud, and will
Fee-fi foam here. The little people come.
definitely not.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me there, and then I'll repeat it in primordial, hoping that if they don't speak common, that they at least speak Ignan.
If possible, Vic's gonna just find a rock to sit behind.
Pretty much mirror store too, just like fade away, a little bit of cover, just enough to break the sight lines, and I'm going to be not obvious.
I mean, ideally, Vic would be in an area that is considered dark, but I don't think that's going to happen here.
Not with lava pools so
Magma.
nearby.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. So
Great
he's just going for
shadows.
cover.
Okay. I, as the first mate, am standing steadfast next to my captain, looking as menacing as a cute little goblin could be. Tall human goblin.
Pickle.
Um,
You shout out.
I'm actually going to give aid to the other 3 at 4th level also. So take 15 more
Thanks, bud.
to max.
So we get 15.
So just click on your HP and then HP modifier, put 15.
I see.
Yeah, max HP modifier would be 15. That would bring up your current and your max.
Just in case.
Triple digits, baby!
Same. I got right to 100.
For 101.
You have more health than me, but you're so far back.
I rolled really good with Vic.
I'm not complaining about my stats. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You're so far back.
Well, yeah.
For somebody with a bigger hit die than me.
Well, no.
All right,
Yeah.
shouting out
Weird.
here, there is no response.
We have the same size hit dice.
Oh,
Actually,
well,
no. I've got 5.
maybe this is just like the pre-door.
What, like the garden entrance?
Exactly.
Well, here's a better question. How big are the holes in the portcullis? Are they like a medium-sized creature could squeeze through?
A small could squeeze through. It's a little bit too big for medium.
Well, it's a
We
good
could take
thing I,
some more of those berries.
I grabbed some extra berries as I was coming back down
I mean,
again.
you could do that if you want.
Yeah.
But didn't we be really?
Wait,
He's a
small?
natural survivalist, man. If he sees berries that he knows are healthy to eat, he's gonna grab some, even if they're whether they're magical or not.
You got it right.
It's just a habit for him. He's not doing it consciously. He's just like, oh, hey, edible berries. Yep, let's just grab a handful of each of those.
But we don't want to seem too small the whole time because small means weak.
Well, no, but we could, if we decide that we want to sneak in, we can get small, get in, and either stay small or, get big.
Fair enough. Well, since this portcullis probably won't create more noise than the magma around us, let's see if we can get that baby open. All right, I'll take a look at it just to make sure it's not like the wench isn't like trapped magically or through other means.
Yeah, I'm gonna ritual cast detect magic.
Okay. Give me a perception check. There.
Sure. Curiosity didn't kill me. Ooh, I rolled a 17 to get a 19.
Looking carefully, you don't. It looks, I mean, very big, but just doesn't seem to be any traps or anything that looks nefarious.
We might need 2 people to handle this job, but looks safe to use.
Now, remind me, the
The
portico.
winch is on the other side, though, right?
No, it's on both.
Oh, okay.
What is the portcullis laid in? Like, what's it surrounded by?
Rock.
So, just for argument's sake, if they've got winches on both sides of the portcullis,
Yeah.
what
that
are they
seems
keeping out?
inviting.
No, I mean there may be some other particular reason, some local pest they're trying to keep out, perhaps.
Could you tell me how deep that rock is?
How thick you're looking for?
Sure, yeah. I'm just kind of peering over.
Yeah. I would say about 10 to 15 feet.
Well, I think if we work together and open this, I think we could possibly figure that out. You know, it's part of the journey. There's obviously something that's not smart enough to use these that they are keeping out, but I don't know. Maybe no one's ever gotten here.
Based on those footprints, I would disagree.
Well, the ones our size, I guess.
Hey, Matt?
Mhm.
If I were to cast something that alters the shape of earth or stone or other such things, could I just make like a small crevice around where the edge of the portcullis is?
What's the spell?
Stone shape?
Oh yeah, that's what that's for.
Yeah. Definitely do that.
You're using that in the exact way it's meant to be used.
So, watching everyone do what they're doing, I pull the lute out and I kind of pluck a few strings and say stone, stone. More stronger than bone, but with this song let the way be shown. And then I cast stone shape.
Nice.
Very
And
good.
then the intent is, since it's pretty deep, I just kind of want to shape out like a little crevice around the part of the portcullis that's like fallen down, you know, like when you rip back kind of like a chain link fence.
Mm-hmm.
So that way we could squeeze through.
Using that, yeah, I think you get just enough space where you could squeeze through.
Well, let's hope that whatever they're keeping out isn't bigger than that, right? Or is
It
it
goes out, so it needs about an action to get through, but yeah.
Nicely done, Omelan. Smack you on the back and start squeezing my way.
Yeah, what a nice little rhyme too.
My pleasure.
All right. In that case, you come into this room with a domed ceiling that rises to 40 feet at its peak. There are two 20-foot tall statues with rubies for eyes that flank an enormous lava pool. The west statue depicts a fire giant in a battle stance with their fists up. The east one depicts a fire giant with their hands clasped in prayer.
Is anything pinging off from me within 30 feet
Magic? No.
of the... Yeah. I would scoot to get close enough to be within range of the statues of that, just to see if they're potentially magical traps.
Close.
Starting with the offensive looking one.
Yeah, you don't see anything magical.
All right.
Hmm.
Well, as of right now, these are just statues.
Well, doesn't mean there's not anything mechanical about them. Like maybe their joints or something can move. So I started looking to see like if the statue, if anything moves or looks movable on them.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Yeah, So not good at these. Oh boy, dang! That's a natural 20 for a 22.
Nice.
Okay. Looking carefully, you see the arms of the statue seem to be not carved out of the same rock. Precisely. And you just see a little bit of a difference. So you can see that they are set and not secured. As if any amount of weight that was put on them is meant to make them fall off.
So I don't know if you guys can tell, but the arms on these statues, they're carved from a different stone, and it looks like even if a bird would perch on those, they're coming down.
Yeah. From there, you can see attached up to the ceiling by very thin wire. It seems to go all the way up to the ceiling. So it would pull something down.
Yeah, so it looks like they're keeping something like it's anchored up there, and if those come down, it's that's coming down with it. Although I'm not really able to tell what it is up there.
Let's avoid that then, at all costs.
Well, who knows? It's a trap. Maybe it's treasure.
Shin, who keeps treasure this far out from their city?
Or who keeps treasure on the ceiling?
Someone who really doesn't want
I guess-
lovers to get it. I guess.
somebody that could reach, but again, this is screaming more.
Yes, it is.
That there's this one spell I know about that is just like super niche that would allow me to determine this definitively, but I'd need like 8 hours to try and remember it or recall it.
Well, as much as I would love to wait for that,
Oh no, we're not waiting for that.
no, I understand.
Let's just avoid it.
If it's a 40-foot dome up, I try to take a closer look. Am I able to determine if it's like a cage up there, or like a bundle of like barrels, or?
I think with that perception, trying to look, you can see it seems that there are stone blocks that are set to fall.
Yeah, looks like big old boulders up there that will rain down stony death upon whoever drops those.
Unless we can cut the wire. But regardless, I'm with the captain here. I think playing with these at all is a bad idea.
Okay, well, I mean, it's good to think about. Maybe we could use it to our advantage.
On the way out, probably.
And there are passageways, one that leads to your left and one to your right.
So one towards the fighting statue and one towards the prayer statue?
Yep.
They're not blocked by anything, right? They're just open
Yep.
passageways.
Open passageways.
Well, I vote right, but that's just because that statue looks a lot nicer.
Does anybody recall what kinds of gods fire giants might worship?
I'm not really a book religion reader. Although I do like reading stories, those aren't the stories I typically read. Although the ones with the gods can be fun, but I just don't know what fire giants. They don't know.
Yeah, you strike me as more of a picture book sort of a pickle.
Oh, cut it out. I read words. Without books and pictures? Jeez. As long as they have a nice cover. Do you know, Glenn, Captain, what who fire giants worship?
No. Not particularly caught. Actually, can I roll for it?
Give me a history check.
Could I argue religion, since that's literally what I'm asking about?
Yes, sure.
12.
Hey, better than 9.
Yeah, you're not entirely right. Yeah, I'm not. You've never. You know the general ones, but as far as specific deities of giants, you're not sure.
Do I know of like a primary like giant deity? If not like specific to the different levels of the ordning?
I think you know that the giants do not worship either the prime nor betrayer gods.
Okay.
They have an entirely different set. So I'll give you the 12.
All right.
That they view as the ones that made Exandria.
Like
Yep.
primordial gods type deal.
Nothing from the normal list. They've got their own. I'm not familiar with them.
Maybe they have some cool gods. You know, maybe if we seem interested in that they'll be even more welcoming. They say a good way to make people feel like you care about their culture is to eat and enjoy their food and ask about their religion.
Just do me a favor. Don't do it with like a false intent, because we don't want your buddies back there to have to be like, "Oh yeah, we care so much," and they actually don't.
No.
That'd be a bad direction to take.
Right. I mean, it's just a good starting point.
Like, I'm happy to listen if that's what they want to talk about, but I'm not gonna push for that as the connection.
Fair enough. So I've decided, right, and considering we don't have any lucky coins or anything to help us making 50-50 decisions, what says everyone else?
I'm perfectly fine taking the path of the priest.
You, a priest?
No. Well, after a fashion.
Maybe of the here.
I mean, you can cause religious experiences without being religious, right?
Yeah.
Besides, the hair gets a bad rap.
All right, well, let's walk and talk.
So right it is. And although I'm not good at it, and knowing that Vic is so naturally aware with his surroundings and things like that, I'm like, well, Vic, so what kind of traps would usually be in caverns like these?
My guess is he looks down at the floor and at the walls and stuff. He's he'll start pointing out different stuff that he might, have thought to his first glances are going to be for traps. So, looking for pressure plates or, some
False
sort
doors.
of tripwire, whatever, stuff like that.
Yeah, that sounds so cool. I wish I was aware of all these things. Well, I guess now I am, because I have you.
That's not the same, but sure.
So I guess we're just looking for traps together as he's teaching me where these steps would be.
Yeah. All right. Are you proceeding sneakily or just walking, whistling Dixie?
I don't know about whistling, but I'm also like
Confidently?
Yeah, like
assertively.
I don't want it to be like, oh, who are these people trying to sneak into our place? Compared when we're trying to like broker a deal,
Yeah.
that doesn't come off as a good look usually.
Yeah. So moving through here, there is magma throughout the walls that causes the veins to glow and drip, giving dim light to all of you. And you come into a room with an arch ceiling that rises to 40 feet at its peak. You see a mural of fire giants traveling a vast desert adorns the carved walls of this chamber. 2 gigantic stone banquet tables run the length of the chamber, accompanied by chairs. You see 2 fire giants that sit at one of the tables, sharing a meal and chatting quietly. And there's a dog made of flame and ash that sits with them, that's begging for scraps. And as you come in, they kind of, 2 of them turn. The dog growls.
Oh, as a note, I would have light on my shield because I do not have dark vision.
What's dim light?
But even before that, I would have had light on my shield just because I like to be able to see better.
Okay.
Old man stuff. Come on.
So just for curiosity's sake, what were they eating?
Oh, they seem to be eating something very big. Looks like almost like in the shape of more like a boar. Like a raccoon, like would be like a ham almost.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
so just
too big to
checking
be
to make sure they're not eating the people that they lost.
too big to be
hold on.
human.
Hold on.
Oh,
Have you
like
hold on. I've heard awesome stories about how the world began and gods fighting and things like that. Have you ever heard of a story that where giants were dining with fire dogs? Like that sounds metal.
and they stand up as the one yells. The one yelling you see first, it seems to kind of take the lead.
Oh, this is not a mural. This is actual.
No, this is actual fire giants.
As they stand up, they fire surrounds their body.
Whoa there!
Who are you?
Are they speaking in common?
Yeah, speaking common.
Glenn Lifeberry, captain of the Twilight Devil, and I guess ambassador of the Hidden... Crap, I forget the name of it.
Pocket.
The Hidden Pocket. Come to hopefully negotiate passage amongst you and yours for them and their members.
Scrawny things like you. How would you get in?
Stronger than we look, I guess.
We'll see.
Bypassing your quite potent defenses.
With strength, you say.
I didn't say all that. I just said the
How'd
powers,
you get in?
the powers that we had to us.
Like,
Moving a bit of rock. Hopefully whatever beastie you're trying to keep out can't squeeze through spaces about our size.
turns to the person next. Goes, go look what they did. Fix it. All right.
So there's one like walking past us.
So you came to the one's moves through. You see, as
How
they
should I
do,
address you, sir? Or madam? I actually can't tell based off of the vocal
yeah,
intonations.
it's a madam that is talking to you. The one walking past you, you see that their flesh seems to have lines of magma that run through it. And specifically their fists 10, as you look at them, it's as if it is superheated metal that surrounds their fingers and their hands. And right around their knuckles seems to be more metal that has been worked onto them. All right. So, you came here and intruded to negotiate something. Like what?
To be fair, I did call out with my voice exaggeratedly loud, but this hall of yours is a bit ways off, especially with the sounds of the magma roiling and bubbling.
Make a persuasion check.
Nope, there's none in chat.
Use my-
Hey, I'll take a 15 with a +0.
Ooh.
Hey, better than less than 15. That's for sure.
Chief
All
negotiator.
right. Fair enough. But answer the question. What are you here to talk about?
May I, Captain?
Yeah, by all means, Shin. He's got more of the details. This is Shin, my first mate.
You know, it's
Sir,
And I'll pat you on the back and cast guidance.
we
Madam.
desire passage through your lands with peace. And through that peace, we hope to barter deals of bringing goods to you and yours from across different lands. We understand that maintenance might be something that you worry about, but we promise to uphold your lands just as if they were our own. Better than if they were our own. Good.
So you seek passage through the sanctum.
Yes, we seek to give people a better life than they deserve, than they currently have.
All right. I'll take you to her then. Follow me. Don't try anything funny.
No funny business here. I bow my head.
Looks down. Or Fido here will rip your head off.
I believe it.
She begins to lead you down a corridor that you can see go left to right, as well as two enormous doors that lead forward here. And you see double iron doors that she pushes open, and you see would be incredibly difficult to move otherwise. You can see an angled ceiling here that rises to a height of 60 feet, is brightly lit with intense heat that radiates from an enormous magma crater at the east end of the room. 4 massive support pillars rise to the ceiling. The hollow base of each pillar holds a brazier that billows with black smoke. 7 fire giants, 1 wearing an obsidian crown and standing taller than the rest, meditate in the room. One with you goes, and immediately they all look up, specifically the one with the crown, a large woman, And the one next to you bows. Zenith. Who are these intruders? Oh, yeah. They say they've come to help and free, to make ways forward. The woman stands. You see as she does, muscular, and wears what look like, now you can see violet dragon scale armor
True.
with tribal markings that glow red hot around her arms and ankles.
I'm getting hot, but I don't know if it's the magma.
Goes, all right now. State your case then. And we'll see if you are intruders or emissaries.
We desire passage through your lands to help others less fortunate and to chart areas where we are able to trade and barter with your people, hopefully, and bring items, raw material, and goods that you might need from far off lands. And hopefully, we could learn a thing from each other.
And what is the purpose? Why do you need transport through my lands?
Because a lot of these people that we would move, their lives have been claimed by others who think that their lives are more important than everyone else's. They have been claimed as slaves above ground. So going above, out the city, it would be easily marked and maybe even killed and used as fodder for power, for one to gain more power.
He looks at the others around her. Make a persuasion check.
I will. I have.
It was the leader who was named Zenith Ostrikar, or the one that escorted us?
The leader. You get her title seems to be Zenith.
Zenith.
Okay, that's like her peak. Okay. I rolled a 25.
Shit.
I got a +9, sorry.
Shit.
Oh, damn. Well, has it been more than a minute since I guidanced him?
Yeah.
Damn. Unless I get to BG3 guidance him.
Hey, with Verdant, right? You can't really put their finger on them, right? So they always get persuasive skills because they're just so new and different to people they can't put their finger on. Makes me trustworthy and humble.
Yeah.
So we don't have a history really.
She begins talking with them. This place is for the enlightened. It sounds as though, in some manner, those who you represent seek a form of enlightenment. That where they do not hold creatures as currency.
You would be correct in that assumption.
Sorry. Creatures as currency. I did the wrong voice. Creatures as currency. So, in that case, if we were to proceed, then I'd ask a representative of this group to find enlightenment here. And upon
Well-
doing so, they'd have the ability to transport whoever they wish through these halls.
I'm sure that we could convince them the wisdom of finding enlightenment, as they only seem to want to move forward in a positive manner. Could you give me a taste of that enlightenment? I actually honestly had one more thing to implore you on. I am a procurer of stories and would love to hear the story of your people.
Well, I actually had something like that in mind myself. You see, enlightenment is proved by fist and fire. So, we battle to make ourselves better. And y'all made it through and look rather fresh. How about we have a little batter ourselves? You win. And you will show my people that your bodies and those you represent's bodies are hardy enough for your minds to find the purity of thought. You lose. And one of you must stay, and the rest go, while we enlighten them.
Well, crew, I came here with the purpose, and I shall see my purpose through.
To clarify, this would be a battle of our group versus your champion, seeing as you are much more powerful beings than we are individually.
Well, there would be 6 of you, so there'll be 6 of us.
Based on the conversation that we've had thus far, does it look, or can I like infer if she like looks down on the smaller races?
Give me an insight check.
Yeah. Uh, 20 total.
You don't think she does? She, strangely, you look at her and she isn't talking down. She's talking that she has leverage. And also she cares about this and she truly believes everything she is saying. You think of Shen in the story, you think she probably has quite a story. And she views, really, you think each creature equal to the other. And doesn't think one creature by genetics could be superior.
Well, I believe as you do, not to make any assumptions that no life is greater than another's when it comes to sentient beings. You have to admit that the physicalities of some peoples are stronger than others. And as mighty as yours are, I can't, in good faith, state that the combat would be fair or even should it be even numbers against us. We were not blessed as you are with the strength that you are imbued with by your gods.
Well, now, Glenn.
Give me a persuasion check. At disadvantage.
With my +0.
Because you said something that she does not like. She is actually
9.
her flames rise about 7 feet tall off her body. You say this is an imbuement.
A what?
An imbuement? An endowment? You say we do not earn our bodies. We do not earn our fists. We train. And we hone body and mind here. And you reduce it to a gift.
Now, I meant no offense, and just like I would not compare the strength of a horse to that of a kitten, I cannot compare the strength of you and yours to our physical strengths. It was merely an observation, to persuade you to more fairly balance the scales as one would when trying to weigh many feathers versus a single stone.
Well, okay. Zeta, if I could, please be so brazen. You
It'd
see,
be great for others to jump in on, yeah.
He's very, very. Okay, first off, he's old. You can tell his eyesight's failing him. Means well, but obviously, someone of your immense and very majestic, stunning stature. It's all done through intense training regimen and discipline. That of which maybe not of us have all even experienced in our lifetimes. Any offense at all is merely a mistake and was not intentional. What is it exactly? What are the terms of this, if you don't mind me asking? How should this battle? What are the rules? And it's. I would imagine it's not to the death, right?
No. We would not kill you, and we would expect you not to do the same. We fight. We knock the other out. I have changed my mind anyway. Fine. You will not face 6. You will face me and 2 others. 2-1.
Fuck you, John. You didn't even know how hard it was gonna be. You just assumed.
Hey, from Glenn's perspective, 1v1ing fire giants isn't a good fucking plan.
Oh man, that's a dusty mindset. Okay, that's old people mindset.
I could tell that you're a fan of exercise. Maybe we could try dancing. Dancing is a full body workout, and it's something that not everybody has the skill set to do, and it shows agility and grace. I mean, what are your thoughts?
Actually, me and Omalan played a song once for a devil. I don't remember how the song went, but we can make a tribute to that song. It was the greatest song.
It was the greatest song in the world.
You have my terms.
Yeah, I think it's
out of character real quick. I think we already fucked it up. I think we need to just we need to just take it before she starts. Nope, it's me plus 5 other motherfuckers versus y'all.
I accept. I've been wanting to test my mind and body for some time. And while I think my mind has gone through the test of time, moreover than many, I'm ready to test my body and show its worth.
I look to the others for just like their nod of like, yeah, I guess we're doing this.
Vic's already grabbed his bow out and is like, well, I might as well do this shit. He's looking around. He's like slowly starting to try to take like some steps back, just a couple steps back, just slowly slinking farther away.
So Miraster Omelon. Just looking for the head nod. Like,
Kind of shrug and nod my head.
If you look real closely, Astor went ahead and dipped one of his darts into his poison bottle.
so, we of the Twilight Devil accept your terms most humbly.
Yeah, and at this point, with Amul, Amul, with all your with the dancing that you shouldn't get, go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
That was a natural 20 for a 33.
Let's go!
There you go. Now, since the rest of you seem to not be so rude as this captain, either way, we will gift you with a treasure. Since you are willing to put yourselves to the test and care enough about this cause to risk one of your own.
We appreciate your gift and your offer.
And, well, let's see how things go. No, not here.
Oh.
I thought that was a sneeze. I was about to say, bless you.
No, he gets into a fight.
No, no,
I was
no.
writing some notes.
Please. Oh, dear. Go ahead and get these fine people some water. And then bring them over to the Colosseum.
I don't like the sound of that, guys.
It's a big word for fighting pit. It's not that bad.
I'm well aware of what a Coliseum is.
Yes. The one being you. She's been nice. We actually call it the Crucible, but it's fine.
Oh, that
makes it worse.
See, yeah, that's not better. I use those all the time, and none of the things I put into my crucible come out looking the same.
That's the point.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to be changed one way or another. Shit.
All right, you start getting led that way as she selects two from the people around her. Goes, now let's have some fun.
This does not sound like my idea of fun.
And
my idea of fun is drinking.
As you are led away, you see the three of them all enter the magma pool at the center and begin to do are doing stretches and essentially katas with the magma as resistance to warm up.
Now they're just showing off.
New meaning to the term hot yoga.
And we'll end there for tonight. Come back next week.
Yo, we got a giant we got giants that are gonna be doing some monk shit. This is
Dude, this is gonna be awesome. I hope you guys are ready to get your ass beat.
I'm excited. I have spells to use.
Who wants haste now? Just let me know. I got you. I'm twinning that shit. Tap. You get
Fucking yeah! I want to haste my way out of this bullshit.
it.
This is not. We're gonna get our ass kicked.
All right. Those watching, thank you so much, and we will see you next week. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye. It was fun.